Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jody Scotter. Today I'm just finishing up some ATC cards. So these cards are art trading cards. They're traded all over the world. I used a lot of my new beam paints for these. So I have all my paints in here. And there's some really pretty colors. So I used a lot of those on these cards. I used a micron pen to detail them, and now I'm going to use some leaf sizing to do some gold leaf where the sun is, and I also want to round the corners. So I'm going to take my corner rounder, and I'll just take the 4mm one and give those corners a little round. I see this bottom edge is not quite straight. Give that a little cut after. But yeah, I'm happy with the way these turned out. These are actually done on sketch paper. Now, the interesting thing, I was doing another painting last night and I meant to do it on watercolor paper, but I did it on sketch paper. So I was disappointed at first, realizing that I did it on the wrong paper. But what's happened, I don't know if you can see close, is there's some little lines that have shown up in the art. And I just really think it's cool because it's giving the pieces a totally different texture and look. And if I used watercolor paper, I wouldn't have gotten those lines. I would never even known that I could get them if I didn't make the mistake. So sometimes making mistakes is okay. You learn different things. You learn what to do, what not to do, or you might learn a new technique. Now, I wouldn't necessarily use this paper for a full watercolor painting again, but what I will use it for is to make collage papers, because sometimes the sketch papers the sketch paper is really nice for, you know, it's a nice weight to collage with. It's not too heavy, but it's got a little bit of thickness, and it's great for jelly printing. And that way I can still use the watercolor on it and get these lines, which I think look really cool. Some have more lines than the other. You can see this one. This one has quite a few. And then this one doesn't have many at all, but I just thought it gave a really unique kind of look to the paper. I'm going to use my sizing now. So I just put a little bit on this deli paper and take a little brush, fine brush, and I'm just going to paint inside there. Wherever I put this sizing is where the gold leaf will attach. So if you don't want it anywhere else, I should have picked a paintbrush that didn't have so many little fine ends. You really want to make sure you get a good cover there. And just a light coat of this. Then once it dries, it will be clear. So right now you can see it looks kind of white. It will dry in probably 20 minutes or so, and that will go really clear. And at that point, that's when I can lay down my foil. I will be using gold leaf today, but it comes in many different colors. So you want just a light coat. If you do too thick, it can rub off. So you want to make sure it's light enough. And these ATC cards will, once they're finished, I usually save one from every batch for my own, and then I trade the rest, unless they're cutesy ones that I can put in my grandkids' books. But these ones I'll probably trade 5 of them and then just keep one for myself. I trade them in a group on Facebook. Actually, there's a couple different groups. There's a Canadian one, and then there's a worldwide one. And I just post them and I say, you know, what they are. They're cards made with watercolor, micron pen, and gold leaf. I actually might be embroidering on these as well. I like to do a mixed media and, you know, do quite a few techniques on one card. So they're all a little bit different, as you can see. I really like this white pen that I got. This first time I was using them, these ones I got from Temu, and I am so impressed. This was one coat of the white, and it went right over top of that watercolor and really gave a nice opaque color. So it's called Touch Yumi, and that's from, I believe it was from Temu, and you can see it's just really gives a nice white fine tip dot that holds the color really well. So I'm happy with those. I think they came in a pack of 5 or something. All right, so yeah, you can see that actually some of these are starting to dry already. See how it's got that clear look to it? Once it's completely clear, then you can apply your gold leaf.